Hello, good day viewers. You're welcome to Chemistry Hangout. I want to believe you guys are doing fine today. First of all, let me say congratulations to some of the students that actually chatted me up for the qualitative analysis video. I want to believe you saw it was around 90% correct. And I've had calls from a lot of students, and I want to say thank you for your motivations, thank you for your prayers. I love you guys. And I've told you we will keep doing nothing but the best. I heard that some of the students did not participate in the alternative A, and they are scheduled for, I think, next month for alternative B. I'm still looking forward to see how to actually help them as regards that alternative B. So we are still hoping and trusting God that, of course, we will see the content that we are going to come up with so that it can help them. So I said congratulations if you did the alternative A. You see, most of what we predicted are actually what came out. So I want to say congratulations in advance. I love you guys. If you are just watching this YouTube channel, this is Chemistry Hangout, one of the best channels as far as chemistry is concerned on YouTube. So do well to subscribe to this channel. Now, the reason why I had to do this video is because there are a lot of fracas. Yes, a lot of controversies as regards this year practical, especially the volumetric analysis. So I deem it fit to air my own opinion about it. And if you're a student or a teacher, I want you to take a seat to listen to my own analysis of the volumetric analysis. A whole lot of centers with a lot of title values, a lot of cause, a lot of controversy to which title value is correct. So I want to give a clear analysis, my own opinion, of course, and I'll be proving it, be giving proofs of why I had to stand with that. So if you remember, for teachers, they gave us a confidential report, and in the confidential report, let me say analysis, the chemistry, let me the chemistry practical analysis. Okay. In the confidential report we received, please, I want us to pay attention to this. In the confidential report we received, the instruction was that we should have 8.5 centimeter cube of conc ACl, per dm cube of the solution. For teachers that have gotten the video training on preparation of reagents, you should know what this is. And let me quickly say this again before I do my analysis. NECO is coming again, and I could see a lot of teachers chatting me up, I think a day before that day, talking about our chemistry hangout. I need to prepare this solution, I need to do this. And I want to frown at that. And that's why as teachers, we need to do what we ought to do on time. This video is there. A lot of people has benefited from the video, and I expect you, if you are finding preparing reagents difficult, you are supposed to get the video. So if you come to my DM and I did not really attend to you as gas preparation of reagent, because people are asking the same question, and these are things we have sorted in the video. Everything is in the video, explained explicitly, and it's fine. So please, if you have not gotten the video, you need to get it. If you have not gotten the video training, you need to get it. My number is on the screen. You can chat me up, then I'll tell you what it takes to get the video. So please get the video. So very, very important. This is what we have in the confidential report. 8.5 centimeter cube of conc ACl, and we now have 5 grams of sodium thiocarbonate 4 decahydrate per dm cube 2. This is what was given. dm cube of the solution 2. This was what was given. Now, please, I want us to pay attention to this. This was what they asked us to prepare, okay? This was our, the confidential report received from WAEC, okay, to teachers that we need to prepare this. But let me quickly start by saying this. A lot of people had, title values around, I had some calls of people having title value around 22.0 centimeter cube. Some people were having around 19, some people were having around 18. And I come to say, and I'm saying that confidently and emphatically, that if you have done this preparation well, quote me, if you have done this preparation well and you have used the right salt, your title value must be less than 12. I'm saying that emphatically and confidently, that only if and only if you use the prescribed salt and you have prepared this very well and you have done the titration, your titer value should be less than 12. I am so confident of that. And why did I say so? The reason why people were having, a higher titer value from my own analysis is that they were using this. They were using the hydrated salt. They were using the hydrous salt rather, not the hydrated salt. You can see the one they gave us. You have 10 H2O, which is a decahydrate. So a whole lot of people were using this salt and saying it is this. It is wrong. Your hydrated salt is different from your hydrous salt. And you see this the 10 H2O that you have here is a factor that will affect this if you are using it. So the problem a lot of people had was they were using this instead of this. Even some people, the label on the salt is this. But because they have bought it, that's my analysis, and I saw it is correct. Because they have bought this thing for a very long time, what happened? The salt has lost its water of crystallization. Because it's an efflorescent salt, we should know that. So when you expose it, the water of crystallization can be lost. So even when they label the salt this, because you have gotten it for a very long time, the salt is not this again, because it has lost water of crystallization, and the water of crystallization is not complete again, it's not up to 10, or it's even now your hydrous salt. So number one reason why people were getting a very high titer value was, number one, they have gotten this salt for a very long time, it has lost water of crystallization, and the water of crystallization is not up to 10 again, or it's not even 10. That's why you are getting titer value of 19, 20, that range. You are getting titer value from around 18 upward. The reason is because it has lost its water of crystallization, one, or you are using the hydrous salt. That's why you are getting a titer value that is more than that. Even some people got it. Yes, I have people that got this salt. They bought the new one. But because of the rush for WAEC, we had a lot of adulterated salts. Because of the rush, everybody wants to have this. Some of these salts that were supplied to schools were adulterated. I tell you, were adulterated. And that's the reason why the titer value is around 19 upward. Is around 19 and above. If you get a titer value that is 19 and above, check the salt. Number one, maybe the salt has lost its water of crystallization. Number two, maybe you are using the hydrous salt. Number three, maybe the salt they have supplied you in form of this is adulterated. If you have gotten this salt and you have prepared this, you did this. If you do this, like 8.5 centimeter of this, if you know how to prepare this well, and you have done all the preparation using this salt, the original one, the titer value should be less than 12. I have given reasons from my own end, from my analysis. I have given reasons why Titre were getting 19 and above. Number one, maybe this salt has been, you have gotten the salt for a very long time. So it has lost its water of crystallization. So you might not get the accurate titer value. That's number one. Number two, maybe you are using the hydrous salt. You're not going to get the right titer value. That's number two. Number three, I think that one is even very common. Number three is because a lot of salts supplied to school were adulterated salts. They were not original. Because a lot of teachers were getting titer value above this. Even from my own end here, when I titrated at first, I was getting a higher titer value. But I knew that if I'm using the hydrated, the titer value should step down, not going up. So I had to look for means to get another decahydrate. So when I did the titration again, I got the value to be less than 10. So I knew this is the original decahydrate. So most of the teachers that did this was not their fault, because they actually sent for this, they wrote this, they supplied them this, not knowing that it was their adulterated, so that's why they were getting 19 and above. So at your lecture time, even as teachers, you can try to get the original salt, do the preparation again and titrate. You will see your titer value will be less than 12, I am sure of that. So for that's the problem for this year. The salts were not okay, and these little things are the reason why the titer value were spiking. Titer value should not be up to 19, should not. That's number one. Number two, this amazed me, and that was even the reason why I had to do this video. Okay, in the question WAEC gave, in fact, the question to me was very technical, but you just need to understand. That's the reason why in an exam, please, let's do what is instructed. not what we thought it should be. I think that was the problem. That was what I actually need to address in this video. Some of the teachers and even the students did what they know or what they thought it should be, but they did not do what is instructed in the question. The question on that day, they wrote A is 0.100 mole per DMQ. That's the question. B is 0.030 mole per DMQ. That was what they gave. A is 0.100 mole per DMQ. B is 0.0030 mole per DMQ of the salt. Now look at this. Of course, if you have prepared this, if you have done this preparation, you should have 0.100 mole per DMQ. Those are some of the things we did in that video. If you have not gotten it, please try and get it. This is correct. Very correct. But if you have prepared this, let's see. If we prepare this, let's see what the molarity is supposed to be. So let's go. Mole is equal to mass over molar mass. Okay? So our mole is supposed to be the 5 gram over our Na2CO3.10H2O. What is that supposed to give us? That's 23 times 2 plus 12 plus 16 times 3 plus 10 into, this should be 18, very fast. So let's see what it's going to give us. So this should be 46, this should be 12, this is 48 plus 180. So let me see. 180 plus 48 plus 12 plus 46. That's giving us 286 grams per mole. So how do we get the mole? So we have 5 grams over 286 grams per mole. So our mole is 5 divided 286. That's giving us 0.017 approximately. Let me say 5. Please, I want us to get these things right. That's the reason why let's learn to obey, to adhere strictly to the question we are giving, not what we thought it should be. Now look at this. Which means if I have prepared this according to the instruction from YX, if I have prepared this, the molarity I have prepared is 0.0175 mole per DMQ. So the B that they gave us, the molarity is supposed to be this. But look at the question. Look at the molarity they got. Can you see that? So what they did was that they have now increased the concentration of the base in their own question, because the concentration of the base should be this. From what we prepared, don't forget, the instruction they gave us is this. So this should be the molarity of the base. But in the question they brought this, can you see? So when they now brought this in the question, they now ask us to look for the mole ratio. If you insert your titer value, if you have gotten the right titer value, which is between 1 to around 10 or 11, you will be getting 1:1. But of course, we know that when HCl reacts with your thiazocarbonate and stuff, this should be, our acid should be 2:1. But this will only happen if they did not alter the molarity. I don't know if somebody is getting me. They have altered the molarity. This is the molarity that is supposed to be according to the instruction given to us. This is the molarity. So if they have used, let's say in the question they said B is 0.175 mole per DMQ. Do you see that? If this is their B and this is their A, we are going to get our molarity normally to be 2:1. But now they have altered the molarity. They have increased the strength of the base to 0.030 instead of the 0.0175. So just be sure, know that you are not going to get 2:1. What you are going to get is 1:1. Of course, we know that when you balance the equation, it's supposed to be 2:1. But from the question they gave, they said their B is 0.030 mole per DMQ. So that's the reason why a whole lot of what I saw that day is that a whole lot of teachers and students were manipulating their value to make sure that they get 2:1. But that's wrong. The reason why I said that is wrong is because if you use this molarity, you are supposed to get 2:1. So why are you now saying, if I use this molarity, if I use this one now, given the question, I will still have 2:1? No. If you use that titer value, you have gotten, you don't need to maneuver. That's why it's a practical work. You know, a lot of people were calling me. I said this is a practical work. And if you look at the question very well, they have altered their molarity. So for people that got 1:1, you are correct. In fact, I saw a title value that is 15, you know, and immediately I saw it, I know what they were doing is they were trying to maneuver the title value to get 2:1. I am not condemning that, but I am just saying from my analysis that you cannot titrate. If you do that titration, if you have gotten the right place, you have prepared the right ASCII, you cannot titrate that very particular titration and get 15. You can't get 15. But a lot of people were using 15 because they want to get 2:1, but no, you are not supposed to force the 2:1. You are not going to get 2:1 because this is what the molarity is supposed to be, and this is what they gave us in the question. So if you have followed the instruction, in fact, some teachers were even altering they were altering their theta value because when they saw it, they saw that it will not give them the normal 2:1 that we are familiar with. So they want to alter, even when they have done the practical and they got a value less than 9, they have to alter it to get 15. No, that's why it's practical. So I am saying that if you are getting 1:1, fine, it's okay. You are correct because you have altered. This was what they gave us in the question. This was what we prepared. So if they are giving us this in the question, we have gotten our 2:1, it is. But now they gave us this, they increased the strength of the base. So when they increase the strength of the base, we cannot get 2:1 again because they have increased the concentration of the base. And that is just it. So the question is just a technical question, but very important. We should learn to obey what the question is saying, not to do what we feel like is the answer. That's why it's a practical work. And that's why we always tell teachers, let's try and engage our students in practical. So let's engage them in practical so that when all these things come, they will be able to stand that no, we have done this practical and this is what the value should be. So if you are getting 1:1 on that day using your title value, you are very correct. There is no problem as regards that because you have altered the concentration. And if you have not forgotten, on that day they gave teachers a confidential report. And in the confidential report, what you stated is that you prepared this. You see, what you stated is this, 5 grams of this. So if you have prepared 5 grams of this, your concentration can never be this. Theoretically, can never be that. If this is what you have stated in the confidential report that you prepared, that means the concentration of what you prepared is what is this. So they know. It's just, just trying to test the knowledge of the student. They know this is your concentration, but they purposely increase the strength. So when they increase the strength, they know you will not get 2:1 again. That was even why they asked you to calculate the mole ratio. Because they know the mole ratio will not be the same with when you are using this and when you are using this. So we need to understand this. And let me say this. For people that got 2:1, I am not saying you are wrong. Okay, because you actually maneuvered your way to get the title value to agree to 2:1. And I've said that before, for every school, you have your confidential report. So if the teacher feels there that the title value he got or she got is 15, fine, it's fine. But I'm just saying from the analytical point of view in chemistry, that analysis is wrong. Of course, the center might not be penalized since the teacher is saying that's the title value he or she got. So the examiner wants to believe that's what the school got. But I am just saying for correction purpose, from an analytical point of view, that very particular maneuvering to get 15 and to get 2:1, not trying to go by the question, is actually not really accepted. So analytically is wrong, but of course, WAEC might not penalize because the confidential report states or is that the teacher stated it was 15. So that is no problem. But I just want you to note that for NECO is coming, you are still going to prepare reagents, you are still going to get questions. So I'm just doing this to enlighten us that sometimes what we know doesn't matter, is what they ask us to do. Of course, these theories have been postulated for years. So what they ask us to do is what we should do, not what we felt is the answer. So very important, if you are getting 1:1, you are correct. And what is the reason why we are getting 1:1 instead of the 2:1? The molarity of the base is altered. Instead of this, they gave us this in the question. So if they are giving us this in the question and we are going by what we have prepared, we are not definitely going to get 2:1. Okay, so that is that. But if you have gotten 2:1, I've stated that since your teacher have recorded that that's the title value he or she got, then you are fine. But for other purposes, I want us to note that. Okay, I want us to note that, try to do our analysis and be sure of this analysis. Very, very important again. So that's just this. I just had to do this for correction because a lot of people have been calling me, and so I need to just analyze this once and for all. The reason why you didn't get 2:1 is because the molarity of the base is altered. And from the practical work that we got our theta value to be less than 10, if we input it using this, then we are not going to get 2:1. But if you have gotten 2:1 on that day, you are a student, you are a teacher, there's no problem. Since you have stated in the confidential report that you got 15 as a theta value, fine, it will be accepted by the marker. It will be accepted. But from the analytical point of view, it is not that correct. So I want us to note that. So for NECO that is coming to, I want us to try, all these things are important. We don't know where NECO will be giving us questions. So all these things are important. We correct them so that we can have the best. If you are just, watching this YouTube channel for the first time, I urge you to subscribe. This is Chemistry Hangout, one of the best channels you have in YouTube as regards chemistry content. And for teachers that have been messaging me as regards preparation of reagents, I've said that before, you need to get that video training once and for all so that we don't find things difficult. NECO is coming again. It will not be fair when NECO is approaching. You will not be looking for a way to prepare the reagent. You should have done that. And for students that did not participate in alternative A, a lot of people too have reached out to me. I'll see what to do as regards the B's, see what content to create to help the people that are writing the alternative B. But the people that are writing alternative A, I have congratulated you before I started, but let me congratulate you again because 90% of what we predicted actually came out, especially for the qualitative analysis. It was wonderful. So please, very, very important. This channel is not for exam purposes alone. I'm still going to be dropping some practical videos, theoretical videos to help us, both teachers and students, theoretically and practically in chemistry. And that is why we have to do all those things just to enlighten us. I love you guys. I love you. So let's see how the alternative B is going to go. So I will see how to create a content around it and help people that are doing the alternative A. So that's just the analysis about the WAEC we just did. So if you have gotten 1:1, you are correct. If you have gotten 2:1, based on the fact that your teacher recorded 2:1, from the data value your teacher used, it is 2:1. You will be marked correctly, but analytically, from the practical point of view and the question given, it is not that correct. And that is my submission as regards the practical exam. So I love you guys. Thanks for your prayers. Thanks for the comments. Thanks for the motivating words. I love you so, so much. Thank you. Till we meet again on this channel. Stay blessed. I love you.